Everyone able to see the screen?
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
Okay, good.
On Arabic.
Assalamu alaikum, brother Abid.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. There's a part. Okay, can you mute?
Say that again.
That's okay. Okay, Brother Abed, we are good to go. Bismillah.
Jazakallah khair. So, inshallah, we have 11 people online right now. It's 10 o'clock. We'll give it a minute or so. Expecting more people, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. Jawad bhai, how are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, inshallah, we'll start, and as people join, we'll welcome them. All right. So, nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem, amma ba'd, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qala Allahu ta'ala, inna hudallahi huwal huda, wa qala rasulullahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, khayrukum man ta'allama al-Qur'ana wa 'allama. Sadaqallahu al-azim wa sadaqa rasuluhul kareem. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma arhimni bil Quranil azim waj'alhu li imaman wa nuran wa huda wa rahmatan waj'alhu li hujjatan ya rabbil alamin. Amin summa amin. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, everyone.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So, alhamdulillah, with the extreme mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I think almost after 2 months, we are going to start and continue our journey. So, welcome everyone to the class. So, inshallah, we have most of the people in the class are returning students, but I believe there are 5, 6, maybe 7 people who are new. So for their benefit, we will do a quick introduction. And so Brother Muniru Zumar, we try not to open the video for the students. So if you can kindly turn off your video, we'll just leave one video on. Jazakallah khair. Okay. So a little brief introduction about me for the benefit of the people who are new. My name is Abid Ali. I'm a software engineer by profession. So why am I doing this? Because I'm an average Muslim striving to learn Arabic, and at the same time trying to share with my knowledge with my brothers and sisters in Islam. And the main purpose is to earn the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do something for my akhirah, leave a legacy behind. I'm not a scholar or a sheikh, so I don't have a certificate or certified, license to teach Arabic. But alhamdulillah, I've been learning Arabic from last 10, 15 years. And during the, on the path to learning, I realized the best way to learn yourself is to teach. And then I was blessed with some good friends, and we started to practice this. And alhamdulillah, today we are having a full-fledged class. So this is a mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I'm very thankful to every one of you that you're giving me this opportunity, knowing the fact that I'm not a certified teacher. But inshallah, I will come up to your expectation, and you will realize, or you'll feel that this course was worth the time. Okay. So what is the main motivation for me to do this? We listen and hear the ahadith, every day. But what is the benefit of that if we don't act upon them? So there are a couple of hadiths which really struck me, and I decided to take action on that. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "The best of you is the one who learns the Quran and teaches it to others." Now, I'm not teaching you tajweed or other how to recite the Quran, but this hadith covers a big sphere of areas. So I myself is a student of the Quran. So at the same time, I'm learning and I'm trying to pay it forward what I know to my fellow Muslim brothers. So this is one of the hadith which is driving me to do this. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam also said, "Convey from me even if it is only one verse." So Alhamdulillah, now I have some basic knowledge. So why not I just share it with you in an easy to follow format. And the people who have been with me, mashallah, like just to let you know, this same course last time we did was on September 18, 2021. So you can imagine we this course got the chance again to recycle it. It took us almost 2 years because all this time we've been busy learning other parts of Arabic. So inshallah, this time around, because of some of the lessons I have learned and experienced, inshallah will make it even more easier for the people who join now. Okay, so we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and first of all, I urge you all to be part of this noble mission in every possible way. And let's build a strong team, because this is a team effort. I alone cannot do anything. So we have to act as a team. And then we always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before we begin any task that he accepts our humble efforts and protect us from all kind of sins, including hypocrisy, pride, and show off. So you will find out during the class that I myself not like 100%. I'm also learning, and I'm also trying to fix my own errors. So if I make a mistake, bear with me. Inshallah, we will try to fix it as a team. Okay, so what are some of the objectives of this course? So first objective is that inshallah we want to become the companions of the Quran, right? And that is an honor. If you become a companion of the Quran, inshallah, that is a amazing honor, and it's a big accomplishment. So we'll try and we'll strive to become the companion of the Quran, and one way is to learn Arabic. And inshallah, with that, the Quran, we will be able to make the understanding of the Quran easy. And also, as a Muslim, alhamdulillah, we pray 5 times a day, and we are connected with the Quran in the Salah. But now, because of our lack of understanding, our Salah is not very effective because we are not able to focus. So inshallah, with this virtue of learning this language, I hope and I pray that we can start to pray Salah effectively. And this will also help us connect with the Quran on a personal level, and to help interact with the Quran as a guide, because there is a lot of guidance in the Quran. But if we are not able to extract those lessons directly, and we have a lot of middleware in between, like translation, or somebody has to explain it to us, it takes a little bit of the connection away. So inshallah, when you are able to understand the Quran directly, then inshallah this will help us to connect with the Quran and benefit from the Quran. And in the process, we want to generate a team spirit, because Allah's blessing is with the group, right? So if we do this as a group, we will see the barakah of learning as a team. Okay, so this is what we are trying to do, because the Quran has some rights on us, and some of those rights are that we need to recite the Quran correctly, and the way Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us, or the way we are supposed to read it. And to understand the Quran is very important. And all our lives, we have been focusing on all the worldly sources of knowledge, but Arabic is one area where we have been lacking. So this is our humble beginning, and let's see how far we can go. And once we start to understand, obviously there are a lot of do's and don'ts in the Quran, and we will be able to act upon them in a more natural way, because once we understand them, it will come to us naturally. We also need to reflect and contemplate upon the Quran, and then implement the Quran in our lives, because what is the purpose of understanding the Quran if you're not going to implement it. So implementation is one important part of our life which we have to do. And then the most important part, which we all sort of on an average don't pay much attention to, that we need to spread the message of the Quran to other people and not just keep it to yourself, right? So far, any questions about the objective of the course, or any question in general? No questions? Okay. All right, so I'll carry on. So I don't want to take a lot of time explaining this right now, but inshallah, as we progress in the class, we will learn more about what I'm expecting from you. But just want to fast forward to something here, that some people who are new to this class, they might be wondering if they're in the right place or if they have all the prerequisites. So I believe we are still in the very beginning and introductory course, so it's suitable for most people. However, just want to give a disclaimer that we started in the fall of in the fall of 2022. So since that time, we have already covered 3 courses, and each course is 10 sessions. So we have almost covered like 7 months worth of time. And those courses are for the nouns and the harfs. The Arabic has 3 parts of speech: the noun, the harf, and the verbs. So we have taken care of the nouns and the harfs already. And now we are going to start the verbs. Now, I believe I have Brother Khurram with me here. 2 years back, he was in the similar situation. I would kindly request him to help me out with this, that when he joined it, he was a brand new student. And how did he navigate it through the course, and did he felt out of space? Brother Khurram, are you with us? Can you help? Can you give me some testimonial about your journey?
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Abid.
Wa salam.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Yeah, so I joined without any basic knowledge or understanding of Arabic grammar. I started with the verbs class, and Alhamdulillah, you don't need to have any background or prerequisite of Arabic grammar. Every class, Brother Abid, he takes care and he teaches, like he makes sure that every student gets what it is. And so in summary, you don't need to have any background of any Arabic nouns or verbs. Brother Abid is a great teacher, Alhamdulillah. He makes sure that the students will understand, and his explanation is easy, and it is very easy to understand. The class is going to be, and it is interactive. He keeps asking questions and he tries to answer our doubts. So Alhamdulillah, it is good. I would say you will definitely benefit from the verbs class. You don't need to have taken the nouns class. You can take it later on when he offers it again. But starting on a blank plate is it's okay. It's good.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Khurram. So I hope this gives you a little bit of a comfortable feeling that inshallah, if you stick around, whatever basic knowledge you have about Arabic, you will walk away with a lot more knowledge, if not less, and you will not feel out of the space. So Brother Fatimi, Brother Ghani, I hope that answer some of your concern. So yes, there are at least 7 or 8 people like you new in this class. Okay.
Alhamdulillah, I got the answer.
Jazakallah khair. So before I move forward, I need to give you some housekeeping, that where can you find the information if you want to stay connected in the future, and also if you want to go back and look at some of the previous stuff. So what I do after the class, I will share everything you see in the class, and we have a WhatsApp group, and inshallah, most of you are already added to that group. But if you're not, then we can send you a link and you can add yourself. And this is where we send the notifications about when the class is going to be, what is the meeting invite, and all the material connected to the class. And we also have sometime a website where you can go. For example, if I take you to this page right here, let me show you this page. It's right here. So I created a page here, and what basically this does, but this is from last year. So the registration fee was for the previous class. If you want to go check out the videos, so if you click on this box, are you guys able to see this box? Everybody can see this screen?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So when you click on this, it will take you to the Barnaby Masjid YouTube channel, right? And it will take you directly to the playlist, which was the part 1 of this course. And this is where you can understand if you want to go back to the nouns and stuff like that. So the actual, this is one of the playlists. So if you have this link, which I have shared with you, then you can go ahead and follow these videos. And the material for these videos is down here by the session. So for example, if you're following session 1, when you click on it, it tells you what you did or what we did in that session, and the PowerPoint, the PDFs, the videos, and again, anything else we did. Everything is, alhamdulillah, is over here. So far, so good?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
So this is very self-explanatory. And if you click on this WhatsApp Arabic Nav, then this will get you added to the WhatsApp group. You don't have to worry about finding the link and everything. Just simply come to this page. And if you want to get added to the WhatsApp group, just click here. Okay. If you want to connect to the Zoom meeting, and that was for that class, and I can update it for this class because we may have changed the username password. So if you click on this, it will help you connect with the Zoom meeting at 10 o'clock every Saturday when we start the class. Now, here are the session information. So simply click on it. It expands and it gives you all the details. So for example, if you're looking for a PDF, you click on the PDF, you're looking for PowerPoint, and then we also do some Quran reading, and what surah, what ayat we covered is right over here. And in the bottom of this page, I have added some tools, which we're gonna go over it in a little bit. So any question regarding this?
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So similarly, if you want to go to part 2, then this will take you to part 2, and this will take you to part 3, right over here. Where did it go? Right here. Let me just turn it on. Go back. So these links will take you to the right videos, and I'm available most of the time on the WhatsApp group. Like if you have a question, I try to answer as promptly as possible. If you need to reach out to me, I'm going to share my phone number with you. So anytime you need to ask me anything, inshallah, I will try to make myself available. Okay. So with that little introduction, I don't want to take too much of time and bore you. And as we progress, we can talk more about it. But if you have any questions so far, please ask me now. Or I'm just going to go into a quick review so that we can start our lecture today.
Brother Abid, quick question, Sharik here, Assalamu alaikum. Is there any expectation, like what's the expectation of learning beside the class? So how much time should we plan to spend after?
That's a very good question. So to me, the minimum expectation I have from you is that you show up in the class and spend the 2 hours wholeheartedly, with all your attention with me. That's my minimum expectation, right? The rest of the time, if you can do the review, and it's all depends on your own personal goals. Like, what do you really want to get out of this class? And if we are doing this as a class, so I don't do this as a class. I do this as a mission, as a lifelong mission that we want to connect with the Quran. And any time we have to dedicate, we'll inshallah dedicate. So after this class, if you review, it'll be wonderful. If you can't review and you come to the next class, what I do, understanding the fact that we are all very busy people, and with all the good intention, all the sincere intention, we still don't get time to review. So in the very first session of the class, of let's say next class, I will go over the review with you guys as a team. We'll have some sort of interactive exercises, and then we dedicate the next hour for the next lecture, and we follow the same pattern. And in this class, what I have learned from experience, that instead of me covering a specific topic just for the sake of covering it, is not gonna work. I want everybody to be totally in sync before we move on to the next one. So you will not ever feel that you are left out, but some effort is still recommended on your part, that if you can do some review, maybe 15 minutes a day or half an hour, in a week, or 1 hour, depending on your own willingness and own drive, that how much you want to get out of it. Did that make any sense?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Anybody else?
Well, I have gone through the noun thing, all the 9 sessions.
Yeah.
And for the harf, where can I find that link?
Okay, so inshallah, can we take that offline? We can talk about it after the class. Okay, so if you are new to Arabic or you have some Arabic, and what we have covered for the benefit of my existing students or the continuing students and you guys, the new one, I want to start from the little bit of a review of what we have covered so far. So Arabic, like any other language, we have, when we speak, we call it a speech. So our reference language to understand Arabic is English. If we know English, then we can make some references and say, okay, this is how we're going to make sense with Arabic. So the parts of speech in English are 8. What are they? They are noun, pronoun, adjectives, adverbs, interjections. Then we have verbs, and we have conjunctions and prepositions. The people of the Arabic grammar, they say that the parts of speech in Arabic are 3. So basically they are 8, but what they have done, they have taken the nouns and they have grouped them into one category called noun, which is known as ism in Arabic, right? Simple one-to-one combination. Then the verbs in English are the similar to verbs in Arabic. It's called failun. And the conjunctions and prepositions are known as particle, and we call them harfun. So if I ask you next time, how many parts of speech in Arabic, what are you going to tell me?
3.
There are 3. Okay, good. Then, we since we are focusing on Arabic, we are going to draw the map that what is our target. Our target is we need to learn everything about the ism and everything about the harf and everything about the fail. So in the first 3 parts, which we have already covered, we have done an extensive study of the ism and the harf. From today, we are going to start the fail, the verbs. Okay, so today, if you're with me, this is going to start from the verbs. And that is why Brother Khurram and I was of the opinion that even if you're starting today brand new without the knowledge of the ism and harf, you'll still be successful, inshallah. Okay, so we'll give you some details about what is a noun. Noun is defined as a name of a person, a place, a thing, an idea, an adjective, adverbs, and more. Let us look at some examples. For example, if I say Muhammad, now we can also refer to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam or any average man named Muhammad. Is that a name of a person? Yes, so it is a noun. Maryam is a name of a woman or a girl. That is, when you have a specific name like Muhammad and Maryam, it is known as a proper noun, right? Because it's a name of a specific person. So, but when we say a teacher, that means any teacher, a teacher. Similarly, a writer. So anything you see like that in English language, you know that it is a noun. And in Arabic, it's called ismun. Similarly, a name of a place like Egypt, Arabia, school, and store. Similarly, the Egypt and Arabia are the proper nouns, and the school and stores are common nouns. Thing, the name of a thing like book, a pen, a camera, a table. These are all nouns. Okay. Again, there are other things which also are known as noun. For example, justice is the name of an idea. Happiness, education, authority. Ideas are different things in that they are abstract and intangible things that cannot be touched. So we can see some examples above. Okay, what about an adjective? Adjective is when you are giving a description of a noun. For example, I say a tall boy. So what other information I give you about the boy? That he is tall. So these kind of qualities, tall, short, boring, exciting, they are known the adjectives. And when you describe a verb, for example, how an action is done, probably in English, if you say the ly is an indication of an adverb. So I was walking slowly, he was speaking quickly, he was talking gently, I was living happily. Those words, slowly, quickly, gently, they are known as adverbs. Yeah, and they end in ly. Okay, so this is a brief high level overview of ismun. If you want to deep dive into it, then you have the part 1 and all the videos are there. You really don't have to watch the whole thing. You can always skip through the parts where you are interested in, and inshallah navigate your own way. And if you have any question, you can reach out to me offline. Any questions?
So far, so good. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. So when we deal with the noun, our study of the noun will not be complete if we don't know the 4 properties of the noun. Okay. Those 4 properties of the noun are like a gender. Like whenever somebody mentions a name to you, for example, if I say Muhammad, so right away, how many things come in my mind? That Muhammad, according to my experience, will be a name of a person, male, right? Gender will be male. Then what about the number? Is Muhammad a name of a 1 person, 2 person, or more than 2? So we know that is 1. Yes. Similarly, what is the type? I was telling you that Muhammad is a proper noun. If I say a teacher, is that a proper noun? No, that's a common noun. So when you look at a noun, these 4 details will come into your mind clearly. One of them is the gender, like whether am I talking about a masculine or a feminine noun? What is the number of the noun? Is it a singular? Is it a dual? Or is it a plural? Yeah. And what is the type of the noun? Is it a common noun or is it a proper noun? And then we come to the status of a noun. In Arabic, how many statuses a noun has? 3. And what are those statuses? Those are rafa, nasab, and jar.
Yeah.
Now, if you are thinking about, okay, what do I need to know about the status? So the high level definition is you need to know that when a noun is used in a sentence, what is the purpose of that noun or what is the function of that noun? So if a noun is used in a sentence, he or she could be, or that noun could be the subject, right? If I say Muhammad went to the mosque, so who is the subject of the sentence? Muhammad. When a noun is a subject, it is in the status of rafa. Okay, we're going to talk about it so many times that you will never ever forget this. So similarly, when a noun in a sentence is an object, then the status of the noun is nasab. The status does not change the meaning of the noun. Yeah. If I'm talking about Muhammad, and if I want to say Muhammad in Rafa, I'm going to say Muhammadun. If I want to say Muhammad in Nasab, I'm going to say Muhammadan.
Done.
And if I say Muhammad in the status of Jar, I'm going to say Muhammadin. So inshallah, when you see more examples, this was high level, and you will inshallah understand this better. Then you would think that what is a harf? What is a particle? Even in in any language, we use some haruf or some words which do not mean anything by themselves, but they need to be connected with a ism or a fail, or they come in between. For example, if I say two, I mean, we know the meaning of two, but two by itself does not make any sense. From, yes, I know the meaning of from, but it doesn't give a complete meaning. In, with, until, if. So some of these haruf are there, but they have to be used with a fail or ism. They need to be, they're incomplete unless it is followed by either a noun or a fail. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Okay. So for instance, if I say I came from, and if I stop at that, you will have this incomplete feeling. Where am I coming from? So it is an incomplete thought. So I have to say I came from the masjid, then at least you know where I came from. Yeah. So the word from is a harf. For this reason, it makes no sense on its own, and it requires either an ism or fail after it. Yeah. If I say I came from home, it's a complete thought. Yeah. So over here, the harf from is followed by a noun. Is home a noun? Yes. Okay. All right. So what about a fail then? Because this is the topic of our discussion for the next 10 weeks. So the fail, and in today's lecture, before I jump into it, I want to create a map in our minds. And, you know, like in a mathematical way, we say, okay, what is our destination? What do we have? And how do we get there? Yeah. So our destination is we want to learn everything about fail. So the first thing we need to know about fail is that fail is a name of an action. Fail or fail is action. When you're doing something in any language, like for example, if I say to go, is going somewhere is an action? Is eating an action? What about sleeping, reading? You know, all these things are action. So in Arabic, when we want to talk about action, we're going to say this is a fail. And what is the difference between a fail and an ism? That ism is an infinite thing. If I say book, I'm not sure, I don't need to concern myself whether I'm talking about a book in the past, or am I talking about a book in the present, or I'm talking about a book in the future, because it does not require me to know the area or the time associated with the word book. But when am I talking about an action, do I have this notion of time? Do I need to know whether this action was done in the past, or this action is done in the present, or is this action is going to happen in the future? So fail is also a sort of a noun, but there is a tense associated with it. So we need to know if it's a past fail, is it done completely, or is it going to be future, or is it going to be present? Now, in other languages, the three tenses are treated separately. The past tense is separate. The future and present is separate. Present is one and future is one. But in Arabic, they have one for past, and then present and future are combined in one. Yeah. And then we also need to know the commands. You know, how do you tell somebody to do something? The do's and don'ts. Yeah. So the past, when a fail is past, something is completed, then we know that the action has been completed. If I say I ate dinner last night, is that action complete, or is it still happening? It's complete. So we're going to say something happened in the past is a complete fail. But something happening right now, for example, I'm going to eat my lunch today. I'm going to do that, or I'm eating my lunch, meaning I'm having my lunch right now, is continuous, it's not completed yet. Or if I do something in the future, it's not even have started yet. It will start sometime in the future, and then it will finish sometime in the future. Yeah. So when you think about a fail, you need to think about the tenses, the past tense, the present, and the future tense. And then you need to know the commands. Commands mean the do's and the don'ts. If I say sit, is that a command? That's a command. But commands are not only about like giving orders. It could also be when you're asking somebody to do something for you. It could be a plea. You can be making a prayer, or you can be asking for a favor. So all those categories will encompass the commands, right? And inshallah, the Quran is full of examples, and we will take a look at them in a short while. So the name for past in the Arabic language is Madi. And the people who are from Pakistan and India, Bangladesh, they know what Madi is. We use the same word, Fi'l Madi. And the word for future and present is Mudare. Fi'l Mudare. Yeah. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and the commands, and the word for command is Amar or Nahi. When you want to say to somebody to do something, it's called Fi'l Amr. And when you say don't do it, then it's called Fi'l Nahi. Yeah. And what are we trying to achieve after that? We are trying to achieve a sentence, a Jumla Fi'liya. And what is the Jumla Fi'liya? Yeah. Question?
Should we ask question now or later?
You can ask me a question.
So you said Mazi, Mudare, and Rohi, and so it's past, present, and command. What? Oh, present and future. Okay, sorry. Mudare is for present and future both.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Inshallah, we'll see more examples, then you will understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so at the end of the day, when we're reading the Quran, what are we reading? We are reading the Quranic verses. Yes. Are they in short, separate words, or they are combined like a long sentence? They are like long sentences, right? The Quranic verses. So in Arabic, there are two kinds of sentences. Jumla Ismiya, which is called a nominal sentence, and a Jumla Fi'liya, which is a verbal sentence, right? So when we did the last course for the nouns, we learned everything about Jumla Ismiya. And in this course, moving forward, we are going to look at Jumla Fi'liya. Right? Jumla Fi'liya mean it's a verbal sentence. And the simple definition is, if a sentence starts with a noun, it is called a nominal sentence, Jumla Ismiya. And if it starts with a verb, it is known as Jumla Fi'liya or a verbal sentence. The high level definition is okay. If I say Jumla Fi'liya or a verbal sentence, the thought should come in your mind that, oh, I'm dealing with a sentence which is going to start with a verb. Yeah. Okay. And what are the two components of a Jumla Fi'liya? So the bare minimum components are that you need to have a action, and then you need to know who is doing that action. Is that making sense?
Yes.
What is the minimum requirement of a Jumla Fi'liya? You need to know what is the action and who is doing the action. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So the fi'l is the verb, and the fa'il is the person or the noun or the thing which is doing the action. If I say, I ate dinner, who is the fa'il? Who is the doer of eating? I. Yes. Jazakallah khair. Okay. So inshallah, this little chart is the basis of our whole 10 weeks of knowledge. And if whatever you see written here in English, we are going to learn everything about them in pure Arabic, inshallah. Are you excited about this?
Yeah.
Okay, so need to show some excitement. Okay, all right.
Good.
Okay, so let's get into some details here. So what is a fi'l? What is a verb? A fi'l is defined as a word that has a tense. We just talked about that. What is the meaning of tense? A fi'l can be in the past, it can be in the present, or in the future. Agree? So for example, if we want to talk about some jumla or verbal sentences in Madi or in the past tense, we said he stopped, he gave. The action is complete. It is something that occurred in the past. Yeah. And in the examples of present and present tense, I'd say he searches, he learns, or he eats, or he is sleeping, or he sleeps. This action is ongoing, something which is happening in the present, and it's not complete yet, but it could complete in a little while. In the future, you know that something will happen in the future. For example, he will succeed, or he will give up. So the action has not yet occurred. It is something that will occur in the future. So is the high level definition okay? Do you guys understand what a verb means? So next time when I say I'll fail, what comes to your mind? That you're dealing with a action which has a tense associated with it, whether it is a past tense or a future tense or a present tense. Any questions on that? Anyone? No questions?
No
Good.
question.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah, smart group. Okay, so what is a simple test to see if a word is a fail or not? So if you place the word I before it, if you really want to test out any word you're dealing with or any action, take a word and put an I before it. If it makes sense, then it is a verb. And if it doesn't make sense, then it is not a verb. So it could be a noun, it could be a verb. So in Arabic language, how many parts of speech we have? 3. So if it's not fail, then what else they could be? They could be either a noun or a verb, right? So the word is came. This word, if let's say we have a word came. If I put the I before it, it says I came. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So this word came is a verb. And let's say we have a word called ice cream. And if I say ice cream, does that make any sense?
No.
No. So this word ice cream is not a fail. Okay. Okay. So when we are dealing with the verbs, we have to deal with few things. So we have a measure. It's called wazn. And in plain English, we can call it a pattern. Okay. For example, we will find verbs in the Quran on the pattern of fa'ala. Yeah. And this is one of the forms, and there are the most used forms in the Arabic are 10, but there are more than 10. But if we can learn the first 10, inshallah, we will be successful. And these are the regular one, the fa'ala one. In this class, let me show you the other ones. And these are some of the other ones. And what we are going to do in this class, we're only going to focus on the first one. Which one? Fa'ala. In the fa'ala category, we will be dealing with 6 different families of verbs. And in these 10 weeks, if we can understand them thoroughly, then the rest of them will become a piece of cake. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
So what is our goal for this class? We are going to learn the wazn or the fa'ala pattern. And there are 6 families. Inshallah, we will learn the past tense, the future and present tense. We will learn how to make command out of them, how to make, how to say don't, how to do. We will also learn how to make like emphasis in the question, in the sentence. We will learn how to make questions out of the sentence. So inshallah, it will be a lot of stuff coming your way. And so stay tuned for that. Just wanted to give you a good example. Okay. Now let's do this exercise together. And it's in plain English, so it's very easy. So if I say we, what comes to your mind? It is a noun, is it a verb, or is it a verb?
Noun.
Noun. Simple, right? So invited. If you know the meaning of the word, you can guess that this is what is it? Is it a verb? Is it a noun, or is it a verb? I mean, a verb, noun, or verb?
It's a verb.
Verb.
It's a verb, mashallah. Okay, good. Give opportunity to everyone so that we can participate. Okay, guests. Is this a noun, harf, or a verb?
Noun.
Noun. Okay, what about for?
Harf.
Harf. What about dinner?
Noun.
Okay. Now let me take a specific name so that that person answers the question. Brother Ghani, what is they? Ism. Very good, mashallah. Brother there is a brother Shahid here. Brother Shahid, are you with us?
Yes.
Okay, so brother Shahid arrived.
Fail.
Mashallah. Okay, good. What about early? There are some sisters, I think. Sister Lubna, would you like to answer this? What is the early? Okay, Sister Homa.
Salaam alaikum.
Welcome, salam.
It's adverb.
It's an adverb. So adverb is also a noun, right? Because adverb was in the English language.
Adverb is a noun. Correct.
Yes, so adverb is a noun, but in Arabic we also call it just a noun. We don't say adverb, we just say it's a noun. Okay, good. Now let's do this together. I, ism. I.
Yes.
Ism.
I see.
Okay. Told.
Fail.
Fail. My.
Ism.
Ism. Son. Ism. To.
Harf.
Harf. Give.
Fail.
Fail. Them.
Ism.
Okay. Fruits.
Ism.
And.
Harf.
Harf. Drinks.
Ism.
And.
Harf.
Harf. I.
Ism.
Okay. Put.
Fail.
Fail. Very good. The.
Harf.
Harf.
Chicken.
Ism.
Very good. In.
Harf.
Harf. The.
Harf.
Oven.
Ism.
Hurriedly.
Ism.
Ism. Okay, it's a ism, right? Because it's an adverb. Because of the ly, we know that this is an adverb, but it is basically an ism in Arabic, right? So he,
Ism.
ism, dropped.
Fail.
Very good. So, mashallah, what about tray?
Ism.
Okay. What about spilled?
Harf.
Yeah.
Verb.
Verb, mashallah. Okay, are coming. Coming is
Fail.
fail. Okay, again,
Ism.
ism. Today,
Ism.
very good. Remind.
Fail.
Okay, carry.
Fail.
Carefully.
Ism.
Mashallah. So you can see that if you can understand this in English, our goal will be to translate all of this information in Arabic. Yeah. So that is why if you're wondering that I'm in the Arabic class, but he's still teaching me everything in English, is just setting the stage. Inshallah, we are diving into the Arabic in a little while. But if you can get your brain to think that I'm going to think in English and I'm going to try to translate that into or transform that into the Arabic. So once I know my reference language, then it becomes easy to learn the target language. Yeah. So
Can
if
you
you
repeat
try,
the definition of harf once more, Brother Abid?
okay, sure. So let me just show you this. So this is the answer to all your questions. So the I mean ism, the F mean fail, and the H mean harf. Yeah. Okay. So you wanted to know the definition of harf, right? I have to go back. So harf is defined as a word that is incomplete unless it is followed by either an ism or a fail. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay, so let's see where we are at the moment. We already did that. Okay, so right now it's 10:49. Okay. How about, because I'm about to start the new topic, so why don't we take a 10-minute break and start at 11? Will that be good?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't leave the meeting. Just mute yourself and then come back in 10 minutes, inshallah. Good?
Good.
Okay, see you inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. All right. So if you guys are back, inshallah, we can start. Any feedback so far? Like, how's the temperament of the class? Are we going too fast? Are we okay? Is this, you're finding it beneficial so far? Is it taking you in the right direction?
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, especially for the new brothers or new people in the class.
It's very easy to follow, Brother Abid. So,
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair. Okay, thank you. All right. So if everyone is back, I'm going to inshallah start with the next bunch of slides here. So we have a concept of a compound in Arabic language, which in Arabic is known as a murakkab. Okay. Murakkab is a combination of two or more words. When we combine, remember we said Arabic, the basic unit is the word, and the word is of three kinds. It can be either an ism, it can be a harf, and it could be a fi'l. So when we combine two or more words together, then we get compounds out of them, and we call them murakkab. Okay, and there are two kind of murakkabat in Arabic language. One of them are known as murakkab naqis, meaning they are incomplete sentences or incomplete phrases. And the other one is called murakkab tam, and that is a complete sentence. Okay. Now, in the last few classes or the previous sessions, we did cover both of them, murakkab naqis and murakkab tam. In the murakkab naqis, I'm going to go in the details right now. We covered 4 different kind of murakkabat, and we will take a look at them. In the murakkab tam category, we have 2 more categories called jumla ismiya and jumla fe'liya, and I have given you an idea of what a jumla ismiya is and a jumla fe'liya is. So murakkab naqisa, there are 4 of them, and you have heard the name, and you'll start to recognize them. For example, one of them is called murakkab jari. And when you think about murakkabat, they have 2 components to make it a murakkab. For example, in the murakkab jari, the 2 main components of that murakkab is harf jar and majroor. So example will be fil bayti, minal masjidi, in the house, or in the house from the masjid. These words, the fi and the min, they are known as haruf jara. In plain English, they are known as prepositions, right? And again, if you need more information about them, you can inshallah consult the videos. But for the time being, I'm just giving you a high level overview so that if you see these words, you know what they are. So fil bayti, the letter or the word fa or the fi is a harf jar, and al-bayt is a noun. And when a noun goes into the status of jar, is known as majroor. So far so good? Okay. The other one is murakkab ishari. And in the murakkab ishari, we have ismo ishara and we have musharun ilayh. So we have a pointer and we have something to point to. So if I say this book, so the word this is the ishara, is a pointer, and the book is the noun. I'm pointing towards the book. Similarly, we have same ideas in Arabic. So I say hazal kitabu or hazal kalamu, tilkal bintu. Hazal kalamu means this pen. Yeah. So I'm pointing to. So in order to do the ishara or the murakkab ishari, it's a combination of isme ishara, which is haza, or zalika. There are 2 kind of ishara, one for the near one and one for the far one. Haza is the near one. So I'm saying this pen. If I say that pen, then I'm going to say zalikal kalamu. Yeah. And again, this is not required for this course at the moment. I mean, you need to know them. That's why I'm just bringing it to your attention, just to refresh your memory a little bit. Okay. Murakkab tawsifi, when you have a noun and you're describing it. For example, waladun salihun. Walad mean a boy, or you can call a son, and salih mean righteous. So you're saying a righteous boy. So are you giving a little bit of a description about the boy, the quality of the boy, that the walad, the boy is righteous. So when you have a combination like that, it's called murakkab tawsifi, because you are giving a sifat. Sifat is the translation of a quality in Arabic. Yeah. Now, is waladun saleh, righteous boy, is it a complete sentence? No, it is a incomplete phrase. Fil bayti, is it a complete sentence? No, it is a phrase called murakkab jari. Hazal kalamu, this pen, is also not a complete sentence. And what is the definition of murakkab naqisa? That these are incomplete phrases and they are not complete. What is the other category? Murakkab tam, and murakkab tam is the complete one. Are we clear on this this idea? Why I'm covering this? Yeah, you guys are very quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Murakkab idafi is when you have a combination where you say something like Rasulullahi or Kitabullahi. In this kind of murakkab, you have a sense of association, ownership. So the one thing is the possess or the possessor. Yeah. So who is the possessor of Rasul? Allah. And who's possessed is the Rasul. Who's the possessor in the Kitabullah? Allah is the possessor and Kitab is the possessed. So when you have a situation like this is known as Murakkab Izafi. And we have covered this in a whole lot of detail in part 3. So if you're really interested in getting into the nitty-gritty details, please watch some of the videos in part 3. Okay. So this was just a preview of what is Murakkab and Aqis, but our focus is on Murakkab Tam. What is the one thing about Murakkab Tam we know? That it is a complete sentence. When it's a complete sentence, then how many types of sentences we have in Arabic? We have only 2 kinds of sentences. One of them are called Jumlatul Ismiya, nominal sentence, and one of them is called Jumlatul Failiya, verbal sentence. So far so good. Jumlatul Ismiya we have covered in a lot of detail in part 3. So if you look at part 3, you will get a lot of information about Jumlatul Ismiya. In this course, for the next 10 weeks, our main focus will be Jumlatul Failiya. And once we have the knowledge of both Jumla Ismiya and Failiya, inshallah, understanding the Quran will become very easy. Okay.
Brother Abid?
Yes. Please.
When you're referring to part 3 or some reference to part, what do you mean by that?
Oh, remember in the beginning, I showed you a slide where it says the previous course, part 1, part 2, part 3. The videos, right?
Okay.
So I'm referring to those videos that if you really want to know a deep dive into Jumla Ismiya, then part 3 videos will be helpful for you to look at.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right. So now a brief information about Jumlatul Ismiya so that you have some idea and you're not completely blank. And we will inshallah keep on talking about this. So even if you don't know this, you will start to get familiar with it, inshallah. So in the Jumla Ismiya, let's see the example so that that makes sense instead of me just reading the text for you. So if you say Al-Kitabu Jadidun, the meaning of Al-Kitabu Jadidun is the book is new. Okay, if I say new book versus I say the book is new, which one is a complete sentence?
The second.
The book is new is a complete sentence, right? If I say new book, is that a complete sentence?
No, it's
no. Oh, if I say new book and we said Murakkabat, we just looked at Murakkabe Jari, Murakkabe Izafi, Ishari, Tosifi. What was the definition of a Tosifi? We give a quality of the noun, yes?
Yeah.
So if I say new book, is that a phrase?
Yes.
And if I ask you what kind of phrase is that, you're going to say this is a Murakkabe Tosifi, yes? Because you are giving me the quality of the book, yeah? But if I say the book is new, is that a complete sentence?
Yes.
Yes. And Al-Kitab, is that a noun?
Yeah.
Okay. Al-Kitabu Jadidun is this is a sentence. Is it starting with a noun?
Yes.
So this is a nominal sentence. Al-Kitabu Jadidun, just by looking at it, without knowing much, if you can identify that Al-Kitab is a noun and Al-Kitabu Jadidin is a sentence, then what kind of sentence is this? Nominal sentence. Okay, Al-Kalamu Maksurun, the pen or the pencil is broken. Is that a sentence?
Yes.
Yes. Is it starting with a noun?
Yes.
Good. So this is a nominal sentence. And let's take a look at an example of another one. Haza Baitun. This is a house. Haza Baitun. This is a house. Is that a complete sentence?
Yes.
Yes.
Is Haza a noun?
Yes.
Yes, because it's a demonstrative pronoun. Yes.
Yeah.
So it is a nominal sentence. In a nominal sentence, it has 2 parts. One of them, the starting noun, is known as the Mubtada. What is it? Mubtada. And in Mubtada, and what kind of status is supposed to have?
Marfu.
It's supposed to have a rafa status. When a noun is in the rafa status, what is it known as? Marfu. Okay. Do you see the al in front of al-kitab and al-kalam? Yeah. The al make it a proper noun. Am I saying a book is new, or I'm saying the book is new? The book is new. So this is a proper noun, and the word proper in Arabic is known as marifa. What is it known as? Marifa. Okay. So here, the second part of a nominal sentence is known as khabar. In English, the mubtada is known as subject, and the khabar is known as predicate. What the khabar is known as? Predicate. And in Arabic, we call the subject mubtada and the predicate khabar. Khabar mean I'm getting some information about the kitab. What is the information I got about the kitab? The kitab is new. The information about the pen, that the pen is broken. What about the house? That this is a house and there is a pointer. So both mubtada and khabar are in the status of rafa. The mubtada is supposed to be marifa and the khabar is supposed to be nakira. Now, if marifa is proper, then what is the meaning of nakira? It's a common noun. Sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is, sorry, question?
Yeah, marfu'un. Could you please explain that? And in English, when you are talking about this is a book.
Yes.
This is a new book. So in English, there is. Whereas in Arabic, is inside one of these two words.
Okay, so the way you get the is with this combination of marifa nakira. Okay, so al-kitabu is marifa and jadidun is nakira. When you have this combination in a sentence where the starting part is a noun and starting is called jumlatul ismiya, right? And the is come from the combination of marifa nakira. Okay, for example, haza baytun. Is baytun nakira? Is it common?
Common, yes.
Okay, so the translation will be this is a house. Agree? But think, if I put al baytu, if I say hazal baytu, what will be the translation of hazal baytu?
The house.
This house. Not the house, this house. Simple. So because what happened? Haza is marifa, and if you make al baytun into al baytu, what happened to al baytu? It becomes marifa. Yes? So the marifa combination took out the is because it became a phrase. Now again, part 3, it delves into all of those details, inshallah. Then because this is not the topic of our discussion, I just wanted to just get your memory excited or refreshed, so that when we get into the jumla ismiya and jumla fi'liya, at least we know what we're talking about. Okay?
I think the brother was saying is. In Arabic, there is no is, it's built in.
Yes,
but there is no is in Arabic.
No, yes, there is no is in the Arabic. That's what we are trying to explain. And we're saying that the is shows up not by itself. You need to have the marifa nakira combination in the sentence to bring the is. Otherwise, it becomes a phrase. And that is what I'm trying to explain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Marfu'un, again, could you please explain that?
There are 3 statuses in Arabic. Yeah. Rafa, nasab, and jar. So can you repeat after me?
Rafa, nasab, and jar.
Nasab and jar. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when a noun is in the status of rafa, you can call it marfu.
Right. Nominative in English.
Yeah, nominative in English. So marfu is the name for something in the status of rafa. If something is in the status of nasab, you can call it mansoob. Yeah. If something is in the status of jar, you can call it majroor.
Okay, so it is connected with the Arab.
Yeah. It's the same thing. Is this a name of that? So for example, when somebody becomes, when somebody accepts Islam, we call him Muslim. When a single person get married, we call him married. Before he's single, and then he becomes known as married. So when a noun is in the status of rafa, you can call it, this is the ismu rafa, or you can call it, this is ism marfu, because now the ism has gone into the status of marfu, or in the status of rafa. Making sense?
Yeah.
Just the terminology. Okay. So if something is in the status of nasab, you can say this is nasab, or you can say ism mansoob, that this ism has been mansoob now, has been taken into the status of nasab. Okay. So what is a verbal sentence? We said the basic definition of a verbal sentence is that it starts with a verb. Yeah. If it's a verbal sentence, is it going to start with a noun or a verb?
A verb.
Verb.
Okay. And what is a noun? What is a verb? Verb is the action. Yeah. If does the action require somebody to do the action?
Yes.
Yes. So if I say eating, then is the act of eating happening itself, or there is somebody doing the act of eating?
Someone exists.
Somebody is doing the act of the eating. So in Arabic, we have a file by default inside the noun. And this idea of what that is, we are going to cover in an example right now. Okay, let me show you this. Let's read through this. A fail in Arabic differs from an English verb in that every fail contains a pronoun inside it. Do you guys know what a pronoun is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the people who know that's fine, but for the benefit of our new students, I'm going to talk about the pronouns in a second. So the pronoun serves as a doer. In every fail in Arabic, there is a pronoun by default inside of it. So keep that idea in mind, and then we'll talk about it. So together, an action and a doer make a full sentence. So can the jumla failiya be complete without a file?
No.
No. So you need to have a fail and then somebody doing that action. Now, one thing I need everybody to put this somewhere in your notebook or in your mind, that the file in the jumla failiya will have a status. A file in a jumla failiya has a status, and that status is always going to be rafa. What is that status going to be? Rafa. Yeah. So this is one default information we need to put, and this information will keep us successful in the rest of the course. If you can just remember this, that whenever we're dealing with the verbal sentence, the file is something which is in the status of rafa. And who have a statuses? Does the fail has a status or the noun has a status?
Noun.
Noun.
Noun has a status. So the file is going to be a noun. Okay. I think I need to show you something before you. Okay. So let's talk about pronouns first. Okay. Now, when I say Abid came into the room, he sat down. So in the first sentence, did I mention the name Abid?
Yes.
But after that, did I say Abid sat down or I said he sat down? He. So so the nouns which are used in place of pronouns are the nouns which are used in place of a noun. Meaning, first you say the name and then you refer to them after, in the second or later on, he, she, it. In plain English, what do we know about pronouns? They're known as he, she, it. Now, when you say he, she, it, is it a third person? When you refer to somebody, he, she, it, what person you are referring to? Third person, right? Okay. Does every noun has a gender?
Yes.
Yes. So we need to know about he when we're talking about a masculine, and what about a she when we're talking about a feminine, and then there is also it, yes, when we're talking about maybe a book or something else like a table. So do we say he for a table? Do we say he or we say it? It. So we need to know the masculine and the feminine, because we said a noun must have 4 properties. What are those 4 properties? That it has to have a gender, it needs to have a number, it needs to have a status, and it needs to have a type, whether it's a marifa or nakira. Agree? And then we have persons. We have third person, we have second person, and we have first person. What will be the example of a second person? You.
You.
And what is the example of first person? I. Yes. So if we are talking about masculine, am I going to say he as one person, right? And then the number mufrad is singular, the dual is musanna, and the plural is jama. Jama mean more than 2. What is a dual? 2 only, right? And the jama is more than 2. So I'm going to say the word for huwa, for he in Arabic is huwa. And the word for 2 men, when you're referring to them in third person, is huma. And what do you call them when there are more than 2? Okay. For the female is hiya and huma and hunna. Okay. So let's talk about it again. Huwa, 1 male. We are referring to a third person male. Huma, 2 male. Hum, more than 2 male. Hiya, she, 1 female. Huma, 2 female. Hunna, more than 2. They're all in the third person. I want to say the same thing in second person. I'm going to say anta, you. Am I talking to a male or female? Male. Antuma, you 2, male. Antum, you all, male. For the female will be anti, antuma, and antunna. For the first person, I'm going to say ana, and for the 2, I'm going to say we 2, nahnu, or we all, nahnu. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so look at the flow chart. This is the mudakkar, masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine for second person, and the masculine, feminine are combined for the first person. Because if the male is saying ana, and we can see him, then we know that a male is saying ana. If the female is saying ana, and if we can see them, we know that it's a female who's saying ana. Agree? These are known as pronouns. Remember earlier, we said in a fail, a pronoun is inside the fail. Did we say that earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are those pronouns? And those pronouns are acting as what in a noun, in a verb? As the file, as the doer?
Yes.
Yes. And what is one information we said we are going to put in our brain? That a file is always rafa.
Rafa.
Okay. So if I tell you that make a printout of this chart and put it somewhere right next to you whenever you're dealing with the verbs next time, then do you need to worry about which pronouns are of rafa category? These are the rafa pronouns. What are these now pronouns? Or what are the status of these pronouns?
Marfu.
Okay, if they are rafa and if they come in a verbal sentence, what will be their role? They will be the
file.
The file. Agree? You guys with me so far?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes.
Brother Abid, you spoke about he and she, and what about it in Arabic?
There is no it in Arabic. So for it, if we say masculine it, we say huwa, and if it's a feminine it, we say hiya. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're dealing with a kitab, the gender of a kitab being a non-living thing in Arabic is masculine. So you will refer to the book as huwa. But if you're talking about a car is a sayyara, and sayyara is a feminine in Arabic. So you will be say hiya, and the translation will be it. If you're talking about a book, you're going to say in the next sentence, you're going to say it, you will use huwa. And if it's a feminine and you are referring to it in a feminine, you will say hiya. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So before we move forward, this is extremely important that we know this chart by heart. Okay. And it's a very simple chart. And the information you need to know is all on one page. And we need to know what is the third person mean. We need to know what is second person mean. We also need to know what is first person mean. And since we know English and we also know our mother tongue, we know that these exist in every language, right? So it's very simple. Let's just look at the wording one more time. Huwa, huma, hum. Hiya, huma, hunna. Anta, antuma, antum. Anti, antuma, antunna. Ana, nahnu. Yeah. Anytime I say give me a rafa pronoun, these are the 14 pronouns I'm expecting from you. How many are they in number? 14. Yes. 3 for male for third person, 3 for male second person, and 2 combined male and female first person. Yeah. 3 for female third person, 3 for female second person, and again the 2 combined. If you count them, they are total 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know what singular means, right? Singular means one person, single, wahid. What is dual? Musanna. What is plural? Jama, meaning more than 2. In the plain English or other languages, the 2 is also considered plural. But in Arabic, there is a distinction. Dual is handedly or handed separately, and more than 2 is handed separately or handled. Yeah. So huwa is singular, dual is huma or 2, and hum is they all, more than 2. Okay. So let's repeat this together so that we know the answers to that. What are the pronouns of rafa? Huwa. Say huwa.
Huwa.
Huma.
Huma.
That's for the male. Huwa mean one male, he. Huma, they two, male. Hum, they all, male. What about the female? Hiya.
Yeah.
Huma. Unna. Right? Anta, you male. Okay, stick with anta first. Anta, you, one male. Antuma, two male, you two. Antum, you all. Anti, you female. Antuma, you two female. Antunna, you all female. Ana, I. Nahnu, we. Okay, so far so good.
Brother Abid, a quick question.
Yes.
You've put we nahnu as one block because it represents both male and female.
Yes.
In the third and second person for dual is also the same for male and female, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
And when you look at the sentence, from the context of the sentence, you would understand whether it mentioned 2 male or 2 females. Okay, this will, inshallah, when we see examples, this will start to make more sense. Okay, so now let's look at something more. I'm going to show you one more chart here, and then we'll come back to this information. Okay. So what we have learned so far, that a verb is an action. Yes.
Yes.
For example, if I want to talk about going somewhere, the action is to go. Yes.
Yes.
If I take a present tense, if I want to talk about somebody who's going right now, he's doing the act of going, I would say he goes. Agree? Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
In the past tense, I'm going to say he went. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is all we need to learn in the Arabic language, that how do we deal with this? And I'm going to show you this before I delve into the Arabic. I want to show you this in English. Okay. How many pronouns we just looked at?
14.
14.
Yeah.
14, right?
Mm-hmm.
We looked at
Yes.
14 pronouns. So I can describe this action of going in 14 different ways. Follow?
Yes.
How? I'm going to say, and I'm going to talk about this word in Arabic. When we're dealing with fail, we're dealing with root letters. So I'm taking an example of these three root letters called za, ha, ba, because in Arabic, zahaba is the meaning of to go somewhere. Yeah. So just hang on with me. Let me display this information, and inshallah, then we will take it from there. So if I'm dealing with third person male, in English, I'm going to say he went for singular. I'm going to say they two went, two male went. Then I'm going to say, actually, this should be they all went. Yeah, there is a typo here. So so far, you understand what I'm trying to do here? That if I want to talk about the past tense, how would I explain the third person male? Am I going to say for singular, he went, they two men went, and then they all went? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the female? I'm going to say she went, they two female went, and they all female went. Is it so far, is it hard to understand this? Do we need to learn this, or we already know this?
We already know this.
We already know this, right? So I was given the task of explaining the action of going in the past tense. So what are the various combinations I can have? I can have three combinations for male in the third person, and I can cover the singular, dual, and plural. This is what I'm trying to do right now. I can do the same for the female. What about the second person? You went, you two went, you all went. Okay, since I'm telling you it's masculine, do you have any doubt that this is for the male?
Brother,
No.
there is an error in third
Yes.
person male.
Yes, this one. I know. I said this is the typo. Yes. Okay, what about the second person female? You went, you two female went, and you all went. Yes?
Yeah.
Now, when you're talking to somebody, can you see them when you're talking to somebody, or you know who you're talking to?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you know who you're talking to, you know whether they are male or female?
Yes.
Yes. So the idea is the same, but when we do in the Arabic, they will start to look different. What about the first person? Am I going to say I went and we two went, or we all went? Yes?
Yeah.
So these are the 14 different variations in the English language for the action to go in the past tense. Any questions about this or any confusion about this?
No, it's okay.
This is
Thank you.
something we already know. I'm not doing any rocket science here. I'm just putting on a piece of paper to explain to you the 14 different variations of the action of going in the past tense. Okay. So now let's look at this. What is the pronoun for he? Is it huwa? Okay. We just learned that, right? What about the they two? Is it huma?
Huma.
No, for two. For two.
Yeah.
Yes. And for all is home.
Home.
Okay. For the female is hiya.
Yeah.
Okay. And for the two female is huma. Okay. Is for the more
Hunna.
than two female hunna.
Hunna.
Good. For the second person, the male is anta.
Anta.
Antuma. For two. Okay. So let me say it. You just stay quiet and just listen to me. Huh? Just say yes or no. So the third person, the second person for all of you male is antum. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the female is anti and antuma and then antunna. For the I, is it ana?
Yes.
And for the we is?
No.
No.
Nahnu. Okay. Is there anything we have done out of the ordinary here? We have just taken the English version of he and we have learned the Arabic version of that. Are these our pronouns? The 14 pronouns we looked at?
Yes.
Are they all Rafa?
Yes.
Yes. And we are dealing with the verb. And in the Arabic verb, we said that these things are inside the verb itself. Where are they?
Inside the
Inside.
word.
Inside the verb. Okay, what are our root letters? We have Zahaba. Yes. So now look at the suffix. For huwa, we don't have any suffix. What does the suffix mean? In Arabic language, when you're dealing with the past tense, you are going to look at the end of the verb. Where are you going to look at? End of the verb. So suffix is at the end or is in the beginning?
At the end.
Okay, a prefix is in the beginning, right?
Yes.
And suffix is at the end. So when we are dealing with the Arabic past tense, we are looking for a suffix which will come out of these pronouns. Okay, from the huwa, we will not take any suffix because we cannot extract anything out. Can we extract anything out from the huwa? We can't. But from the huma, we will extract the alif. Yeah, play along with me, because look, Arabic grammar is not something I made or you made. This is made by the people of the book of the Arabic grammar. So they have created some rules, and our job is to understand them in a rational way, and then understand them and memorize them so that we can start to apply them. So I'm giving you some details which will come in handy if you try to grab it as we go along. From the huma, we only are concerned about the alif. From the hum, we're going to take the waw and alif. Now, why do I do that? It's not me, it's the people of the grammar. So for the hiya is also hidden, no problem. From the huma, are we going to take alif? Yes. From the hunna, we're only going to take the noon. Are these sound like a suffix now? Do they look like a suffix?
Yeah.
Okay, good. From the anta, we'll just take the ta. From the antuma, we'll take the tuma. From the antum, we take the tum. Anti will be ti. Antuma will be the same, tuma. Tunna, tu, and na. Are you with me so far, guys? Okay. So now, when I make the Arabic of this word, he went, I'm going to simply say zahaba. So next time you see the verb zahaba, what information you're getting out of it? Okay.
He went.
He went. Yes. Are you with me so far, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened here? This zahaba giving me, do I see the huwa somewhere here inside?
No.
Do I see it outside huwa? Did I say huwa? Did I say huwa zahaba or I said zahaba only? Zahaba. Because according to the definition, the pronouns are inside the verb. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
If I want to say two men went, so am I going to say huma zahaba or I'm going to say zahaba? What did I do?
Zahaba.
I took that alif, the one I took out of the huma, and I attached it at the end. Is attaching at the end is a suffix?
Yes.
Okay, so it becomes zahaba. Now, what am I going to do for all of them? Am I going to say zahabu?
Zahabu.
Because for the home, what is the suffix?
Wow.
This one, waw and alif, yes? Okay, for the went is zahabat. Okay, in the Arabic language, how do we identify the feminine? Is there a round ta, the ta marbuta?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this ta sakina is the indication of the feminine ta. Yes, zahabat. Follow? Okay, and what about if this is a feminine? Is the ta there? Yes.
Yeah.
then we are going to put alif. So what is the difference between the male zahaba and female zahaba? Zahab.
It has the ta. It has the
ta. So if you see zahaba, do you wonder what what is the gender is?
No, you know it's male because there's no ta.
Yeah, it's male because there is no ta. And do you know the number? 2.
Yes.
When you say zahabu, you know that this is more than 2. Is it male or female? Male.
Male.
Yes. Zahabat is the female. She went. Zahabta, they two, female went. Now, who can guess the all of them? Zahab, na. Zahabna, right? Got it? Okay. You went. Zahabta. This is wrong. This is the typo here. It's supposed to be ta without the alif. Okay. Sorry about this. I get this done from Pakistan, and this just came before the class. I didn't get a chance to correct this. So sorry about that. It's a typo.
So, Brother Abid, I'm confused here.
Yeah, go ahead.
You just said ta is for female. Why is there ta in male?
Okay, that's what I'm trying to explain, that this alif is not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be like this, zahab ta with the fatha on it. Making sense?
Still not making sense because you said ta is.
Okay, imagine out of this. Okay, yes, I understand. What I'm saying is, this is zahab ta. There is alif after that. Yes.
Yeah.
The female, when it's alone, is zahabat. It's a sakina. You follow?
Okay.
Okay. So it's supposed to be zahab ta, not ta. It's like zahab ta. Yes.
So if it has a zabar on the ta, then it's male.
Yes, without the alif.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Zahab tuma. You two male went. Zahab tum. You all male went. If you have to say she went or you went female, you're going to say zahab ti. Okay. So imagine now there is a zahab ta with the fatha on the top and not here, and there is no alif. Yeah. Okay. Zahab tuma. You two female went, right? Again, when you have second person, you know who you're talking about, right? You know whether it's a male or female, right? But if you see zahab tuma and zahab tuma here, it's hard to distinguish between a male or female, correct?
Yeah.
But in the third person, it was easy because there was zahabta and there was zahaba.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about something ghaib, something third person. You don't know. But then the context will tell you whether you're dealing with a male or female. Yeah. Okay. What about all of you female went? You all female went will be zahabtunna. Yes. And then zahabtu, I went. And zahabna, we went. Okay. So guys, what was the purpose of this exercise? What is the purpose of this exercise? The purpose of this exercise is, if we get our head around this logic right now, this is what all the verbs are about. In Arabic, you will be given a 3 root letter. There were 3 root letters will be given to you, and you will be given a pattern. Okay. And then you will be supposed to know the 14 variation of them for past tense, 14 variation of them for the future and present tense. And then you need to know the variation for giving the commands and the do's and the don'ts. And this is all hidden in this chart right here. Okay. So if I tell you to say he left, and the root word will be kharaja. Kharaja means he left. Yes. You know what kharaja means? Kharaja means to leave.
Exit.
To exit, to leave. Yes. Yeah. So then if I give you the kharaja, and if it says it's on the pattern of fa'ala, then your job is to make for the past tense 14 different variations.
Yeah.
This category of Arabic we call sarf. Why do we call it sarf? Because the English word for surf is morphology. What is it?
Morphology.
Like, one word forms into a different word. So from the zahaba, did we change the root letters?
No.
But out of those 3 letters, how many sentences we get?
14.
14. Is zahaba a complete sentence?
Yeah.
Yes.
Zahaba is he went. Yes?
He went.
Okay. So when I say he went, it is a complete jumla ismiya, because is there a verb and the file in there? The one who's doing the job of going?
Yes.
Yeah.
And when we don't say the name of the file, can I say Zahaba Hamidun? Now, what will be the translation of that?
Hamid went.
Hamid went. So did I replace the huwa with Hamid?
Yes.
Okay. So if Hamid is not mentioned, then if I only say Zahaba, then you need to think the pronoun is already inside the noun. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now for a second, let's take a look at another example. I will show you something here. Okay. Let's say I go here.
Brother Abid, one question.
Yes.
You
Yes, go ahead, please.
You just mentioned that in Arabic, we have got 3 root letters.
Yes.
So is it for the entire Quran?
99.9% of Arabic letters, Arabic words have 3 root letters. 1% of them has 4 root letters. They're called rubai. Okay, inshallah, once we progress in the class, you will get to know all of them. But yes, most of the words in Arabic, whether they are noun or verbs, they are of 3 root letters.
So what you're saying is noun, 3 letters, root letters, even the verb is 3 letters?
Make it more generic. So any word in Arabic, 99.9% of them are 3 root letters. Yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now let's look at this one. Over here, you see Nasara. Okay. What are the root letters? Noon, Sad, and Ra. Yes. Nasara mean to help. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Nasara mean to help. So is that a verb?
Yeah.
Okay. So on the pattern of Zahaba, if I give you Noon, Sad, Ra, you're going to say Nasara, he helped. Agree?
Okay.
Yes. So, but over here, I have written Huwa Nasara. Yes. You see that there is a Huwa beside the Nasara?
Yeah.
Okay. Why am I showing you this? Do I need to write the Huwa here?
No.
No. If I see Nasara, what will be my translation?
He helped.
He helped. I'm going to assume that Huwa is part of Nasara. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So you might ask me, Brother Abid, why can't I write Huwa Nasara? Yes. Technically, you can say, why do I have to guess there is a Huwa in the Nasara? Why don't I clearly write Huwa Nasara?
Redundant.
One is redundant, but it is a, if you think about it, is Huwa a noun? Is Huwa a pronoun, right? A pronoun is a noun, yes? Okay. Earlier, why did I bother to tell you about Jumla Ismiya? In a Jumla Ismiya, what is the high level definition? A Jumla Ismiya starts with a noun.
No.
Agree?
Yeah.
Is it coming back? I mean, there was no rocket science there. We said a Jumla Ismiya, a nominal sentence, is the one which starts with a noun. Agree?
Agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we dealing with nouns? Are we dealing with nouns or are we dealing with verbs now?
Verbs.
Verbs. What is the definition of a verbal sentence?
Starts with the verb.
Starts with a verb. So is this a nominal sentence or is a verbal sentence?
Verbal sentence.
This is, if I say Huwa Nasara, then I'm making it
It's
a
a nominal
sentence.
Nominal, yes.
Is my target to make a nominal sentence or my target is to make a verbal sentence?
Make a
Verbal sentence. So I did this to help you understand this, so that you know that instead of writing huwa nasara, you're simply going to say nasara, but you know in your mind that huwa is inside nasara. Okay, from this day onward, we don't want to worry about this. When I say nasara, your translation will be he helped. When I say nasara, you will say both of them helped, because in the nasara, what is the suffix? The alif. Where is the alif came from? From the huma. Now, can you do this mathematics if you don't know what huwa, huma, hum is?
Yes.
If you don't know your pronouns, can you make sense out of this?
Yes.
You can't. So you need to know your pronouns wholeheartedly, like the back of your hand. You need to know, and again, in a verbal sentence, the minimum structure is you need to have a fail, and you need to have the file, the one who's doing the action. Without the file, the action itself is incomplete, because we need a doer for an action. And is the jumla ismiya just the fail, or it is fail plus file?
Fail plus file.
Fail plus file. Okay, so huwa nasara, I can't write huwa nasara, because in Arabic, the verbs, they are preceded by the pronoun or preceded by the file. In the jumla failiya, when I write the formula, was the fail first or the file first? If you guys remember that.
Fail first.
Fail was first, right? Because that is what the default Arabic rule is. If you're dealing with verbs, the verb will come first and the file will follow it. If the file will come afterwards. So that's why I cannot say huwa nasara, because huwa nasara will make it a nominal sentence and not a verbal sentence. Plus, it's a redundant. I know nasara mean he helped. Yeah, question. You had a question? Somebody had a question?
Yeah. So we never write huwa nasara. We'll just say nasara because that's already contained in it.
Exactly.
But like you said, because you want to make a verbal sentence, what if we don't want to like make a verbal sentence? What would be a
so in that case, you will say huwa nasara, and then huma nasara, hum nasaru. You see, I wrote it right down here for you. Nahnu nasarna, ana nasartu. This is it acceptable? Yes, it is acceptable, but does it use in a normal Arabic? No, nobody will say ana nasartu. They will say nasartu.
Okay.
Follow? Okay, so since we are running out of time, I want to quickly show you this slide here. Look at this. Hamidun zahaba. Yes, is over here. Hamidun, I told you, I'm telling you right now, this is rafa, because when the noun is singular, if you see there's two dhammas, that means it's in the rafa. Agree? Can we agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so over here, Hamidun zahaba. So brother Sharik, you just asked me a question. Is it okay to write like this? So over here, it says Hamid went. Yes?
Right.
Or Hamid went.
Right. Yeah.
So this is a nominal sentence because it started with the noun first.
Noun. Yeah.
Yes. So it's acceptable, but look the way we are supposed to write. We say Zahaba Hamidun. This is more like it because now this is a verbal sentence.
So generally for every sentence, can we assume that it should be a verbal sentence? Nominals are either like
No. They are both acceptable. I mean, we can change a nominal sentence into a verbal sentence, and we can change a verbal sentence into a nominal sentence. But what is the grammatical rule for Arabic verbs? That they prefer that the verb comes before the file.
Okay.
Yes?
That's like a global Arabic rule.
Yes, that's a rule. So over here, Hamidun Zahaba is a legal sentence. In here, Zahaba is the fail, and the Zamirun, Mustatar. So over here, the file. But this is a nominal sentence. Over here, this is a verbal sentence because it's starting with the verb. Okay, Zahaba Hamidun. Yes, is Hamid equivalent to he? Is a male?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, and look at the female. Fatimatu Zahabat. Yes. This is a nominal sentence or a verbal sentence?
Nominal.
Nominal. But if I say Zahabat Fatimatu, what is this?
Verbal sentence.
Okay. Now, if I say something like this, now play along with me, guys. Notepad. Okay. Let's see. Where is it? Okay. If I say, sorry. Come on. Okay. If I say Zahaba, what does that mean?
He went.
He went. Okay. If I say Zahabat,
she went.
She went. Yes. Because I'm not telling you specifically who went. But can I say Zahabat Fatima too?
Yes, yes.
So over here, what will be the translation? Fatima went. If I say Zahabat, she went.
Yeah.
Right? To reinforce the idea that every verb has the pronoun inside it by default. And how do you identify them? For the past tense, the pronoun will come in the form of a suffix. Yeah. For huwa and hiya, we don't have any suffix. We know that zahaba mean huwa and zahabat mean hiya. But when I say zahaba, when I put an alif, then I mean I took from the huma only the alif. Okay. I don't expect you to understand this concept right there, but I think I planted the seed today, and I'm sure that you're not too far off from the actual idea. Are you feeling confident that if we put attention to it, we can conquer this, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So over here, anta zahabta, you went. Yes. Verbal sentence, nominal sentence.
Can you remove the notepad from the top?
Okay. Look, I'm talking about this one. I want you to look at anta zahabta. This one. Can you see this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I was trying to say, anta zahabta is a nominal or verbal?
Nominal.
Nominal. Right. Now, if I go ahead and say anti zahabti, what is that? Nominal or verbal?
Nominal.
Nominal, right? But if I say if I just say zahabta, what does that mean?
Went.
You went.
Verbal sentence. You went.
Verbal sentence. But what is the pronoun here? You went.
You went.
Failun is zahaba. What is the file? Ta. And what did we say in our over here? That the ta is, this is the suffix. So inshallah, this chart, if you guys look at it again, and I'm going to share it with you guys. First you do, because you're new to Arabic, I want you to take an action. If I give you the root letters, and if I tell you the English of it, then make that 14 variation in English first. Yeah. Because most people fail on here. Because if I take them to 14 variations of Arabic without giving them these details, their mind cannot comprehend that what is going on. So I want you to think in English. If I have to define the action of going in past tense in English, how many variations I can come up with in the form of a pronoun? He went, they two went, they all went. She went, they two went female. They all went female. You see where I'm going with this? Right? Then if you know your pronouns, huwa, huma, hum, huma, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu. Very easy. If you do it like few times, looking at yourself in the mirror, you will have no problem memorizing that. And then you will understand what this means. These are the pronouns. Then we need to get, for the past tense, we need suffix. Huwa, no problem. Huma, alif. Hum, waw, alif. Hiya, no problem. Huma, alif. Hunna, noon. Anta, ta. Antuma, tuma. Antum, tum. Anti. So didn't I say that it's like a game? Right? If you're playing a game and you know the rules of the game, then it becomes easy. Yes? So now, zahaba, huwa, there was hidden, no need to put anything. But for zahaba, I added the alif to the ba. Yes? Because I'm dealing with two male. So I have to add this suffix alif, which got here. For the plural, I had to put the waw alif. Got it, guys?
I have one question actually. Why there is a special mention for two people actually?
Where?
I mean, like, for example, why can't we? Why it is they two went? Why can't it be they went?
Okay, so remember earlier I said in English and other languages, the dual, which is two, is also considered plural. Yeah? They're not going to say they two went. They will say they all went. They will take, in English, the dual is considered plural. Yes?
Yeah.
But in Arabic, there is a distinction. They deal with one and two separately. And then anything more than two, they call it jama, the plural. That's why I have to specify they two went. Now, inshallah, when we read the story of Hazrat Adam in many places in the Quran, how many people Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to? Adam and Eve, right? Adam and Hawa. Yes? So you will find this style of writing there because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to two people. He will say, Wala takraba. Why takraba? That you two do not go close to that tree. Yes? Okay. Akala or antum ya akulna ya adamu uskun wa antum wa zawjukul jannah wa kulu haythu min shaytu shituma. Shituma, why? Where is it coming from? From the tuma part. Because how many people he's talking to? Two people. That he's saying, live wherever you want and eat from wherever you want, you too, in the Jannah. Inshallah, we will. I mean, today we ran out of time, but I hope that at least we broke the ice with
the answer,
one very, yeah.
But the answer is right there. I mean, it will be very boring if it was spelled out, him and her, or whatever.
Yeah.
So the pair pronoun is just a fabulous idea.
Yes, inshallah. So, Jazakallah khair. I know we ran out of time, but I hope that we planted the seed in the right direction. And as we delve with more example, you will start to see the big picture, inshallah.
Sorry,
So,
Brother Abid, can I ask a question?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I know it's late. So can we say that if the emphasis is on an action, we use the verbal sentence, but if the emphasis is on the person, we use the nominal sentence?
Yes, you can say that, but it's not a fast rule. So we need to know whether we are dealing with a verbal sentence if it starts with a verb. But the recommendation from the Arabic grammar that a verb is preceded by the file, meaning it comes first and then the file. In opposite the English, because in English the file has to come first. Yeah. I say he went. I can also say went he, but does it sound good? No. So I think let's just take it on a face value. I mean, I don't know the exact ruling on that, whether it's a nominal sentence because it's a focus on the male or the noun or not, but it's just a matter of how you want to express yourself, right? And there is a time when you can change the nominal into verbal and a verbal into a nominal. It's just making the positional changes, inshallah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are out of time today. If you have any comments, feedback, please let me know in the WhatsApp group. And later on today, I will be sharing this information in the WhatsApp group. So is everybody has the new people especially, have you subscribed to the WhatsApp group, guys?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, good. So if you don't see any messages, you can reach out to me. And do you guys have my phone number, by the way? I'll put it in my in the WhatsApp.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Jazakallah khair. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.